This nice chunky silencer here is a Lapwood HUSHER. I think it's designed more for rimfire use, 22 rimfire. I'm not sure about HMR. I don't think it'd be very successful on air rifles. This morning I'm going to check it out with a 22 rimfire. Simple construction. I had to count there, 4 sections. Luckily it's less sections than I've got fingers on my hand, so I can count easily. But the first section that screws onto your barrel, it's threaded, it's empty, just a simple hollow design. Inside there's an O-ring made of rubber. The next section is just an extension piece, just a simple hollow tube, and all that does is just screws in. The next piece, as you can see there, forms the first baffle. Again, there's a O-ring just on the other side of the threaded part, just a dished shape that just screws on. And the end cap forming again another empty chamber, no baffles as such inside, just that one. But again, that's just a dish section there, the end cap, another rubber ring, the exit hole, that just screws up. Nice and simple design. To me, looks like it's very easy to clean. Quick run over with a wire brush, a brass one. Little ball brush perhaps, just to make sure the bullet path is clear. But I think it's going to be quite a simple design. To help it keep it clear, quick spray of some anti-spatter welding compound. Just makes it just that little bit easier to clean all the gunk off, all the mess. Just a tiny touch of copper grease on the threads, just to make it easy to unscrew. I'll be rather surprised to see if this is an excellent one. No baffles inside. Just that one section with a simple dish shape either side to act as a baffle. To me, it's just an empty piece of metal, an empty tube with a cap on the end. I'm going to see how it performs. What I'm going to do is, first of all, from about 2 or 3 yards away I'll have the camcorder, but first of all I should put a CB long through it. It's a nice quiet round, low powered. But if it's going to be loud with that, then it's a no-no for a silencer. After that, I'll put the camcorder about 60 yards away, and I should try a couple of rounds of Lee subsonics, just to see what the performance is like. This is my usual round for hunting rabbits and corvids, and let's see if the silencer can perform well with these rounds. As I've done in previous, my favourite silencer, the best one tested so far, I shall fire that one first. It happens to be a SAC. So far I haven't found anything to beat it. I shall then try the Lapwood HUSHER, and then another homemade one. Well, I say homemade, the internals are homemade. Just messing around, see if I can make anything decent, see if I can improve things. That's only just a point of reference for myself, see if it's any good. But the first silencer with all shots, whether it's the CB longs or the Lee, will be the SAC, Lapwood HUSHER, and this one here I'm messing around with. Let's give them a try, see how good they are, or not. Am I surprised I like this one still? Not at all really. I've got to admit though, I do really like this one now. That one, I think I've made an improvement slowly over time. It's sounding pretty good, but it still needs a little bit of work on it. But at least I'm getting some good results with it now. But for the time being, I'm not even going to consider that one. The Lapwood Husher, compared to the sack, is a little bit more chunkier, let's say. Slightly longer, not by much. A little bit wider, again not by much. And it certainly weighs a bit more. You've got to put that into consideration. The thing I like about this is it's going to be so simple to clean. As you saw at the start, just 4 sections to unscrew with that little bit of copper grease on. It's going to be really easy. The thing that puts me off though, just slightly, is the little O-rings inside. I'm sure they're up to the job and they will last, but over a period of time it's got to be worth considering that these might need replacing. But my thoughts on that is, with this screwed up nice and firmly, if there's a little bit of copper grease put into that joint there, I'm sure that'd help to seal it, as well as some grease on the threads. And keeping it nice and clean, keeping any muck off the threads, should help. I really do like this one. I think the noise reduction was reasonably similar to the sack. Possibly easier to strip and clean, but overall I've got to think about, this is a little bit heavier, a little bit chunkier, larger, and there might be an issue with those O-rings. So thinking about it quite hard, I'm a bit reluctant to give it a thumbs down, but sadly I think that's a no for me. It's a bit of a shame, but this is my only personal opinion. So if you do fancy one, I'm sure you will like it very much.